Hi. Just to basically say, I encourage people, or at least to support people from every country in Europe and internationally, America, Canada, Caribbean, Australia, New Zealand, to join the international brigade, the international voluntary military force to help fight for Ukraine. I don't think it should be illegal to do this on YouTube. I know no one, or barely anyone, has done this, but this is for the sake of Ukraine. This is justifiable if you support Ukraine. And I think the more people who do it, better. Obviously risking your life and so on. But Russian soldiers behave like animals. You're not really murdering them. You're just hunting them down. And more bad news for Putin. And what I say for the Russian protesters in Moscow and St. Petersburg, don't let the pigs treat you like that. Stand up to them, because you shouldn't be deserved to be treated like that. Russian police was known to be absolute scum. So, yeah. Back in Ukraine, I know that they're using tactics and weapons which do add to war crimes. I am pretty certain of that. That's one thing you couldn't put past Putin. I admit on a social app yesterday, I got full respect and appreciation of the Jewish communities throughout Europe, and I'm sure the ones in Russia are great. But Hitler was Jewish, and he used the Nazis to basically get rid of the Jewish communities, which was disgusting, of course. But what I'm trying to say is that's basically what Putin is doing to Ukraine, trying to get rid of their independence and try to silence them. And they're both mentally ill. That's nothing to do with religion, that's just how it seems to be, those two. But I was saying, if Hitler did take Moscow, Putin wouldn't be in power, surely. He wouldn't exist. And that's the one negative. If they had left all the Jewish communities far out of Europe and not touched any, but obviously they're not gonna have a psychic mind saying this scumbag is gonna come into power in Russia and get his Russian soldiers to do this, because the war criminal is Putin. And I think realistically the only way that anyone could get hands on him is try to invite him to Brussels or somewhere and then arrest him there. Incredibly unlikely, I know. It's a stupid thought, but yeah. Obviously Ukrainians don't want to lock him, arrest him, they want to execute him. And I respect that, appreciate that, actually, to be honest. Because I'm sure if you had the opportunity and you're a Westerner or a foreigner fighting for Ukraine, you do it on behalf of Ukraine. So I shouldn't regret making this video, because it's true. And what's happened in Ukraine for the last week has been disgusting, and it only can be done by pure scum. And I know there's been thousands of people arrested in Russia protesting against the war. I appreciate that. Great people who hate Putin and would wish to worse than him themselves. And a lot of those soldiers, Russian soldiers who were sent towards the border, asked why they're going towards the border, and were told because it's good trading ground. And then the next thing they know, they've been ordered to go and drive into Ukraine, and asked why we're going into Ukraine, and we're told to shut up, basically. And a lot of them have defected to get out and go back to Russia, and others have just stayed in Ukraine to also probably join the Ukrainian forces, Ukrainians who let them do so. But most of them come back to Russia in fear of persecution for wearing anything Russian. And I understand that. So basically this video was to say how it is and how I feel. And thank you for watching. I'm with the international fighters, but as much than that, I'm not so with the Ukrainian people. I fully appreciate the sacrifices people had to put fighting for their country in this era. You wouldn't have to. There was no Kremlin, no morons in power of Russia, which there have been, of course, the last 105 years. So, without democracy, you got evil scum in power of these countries. You got regimes. You got... Oh yeah, there's another thing, actually, to be honest. How Putin was calling Ukrainians Nazis and fascists. He's actually reflecting his own people onto that to make Ukrainians look bad. But actually, a lot of Putin's friends or his group who look up to him are pure Nazis, pure vile rats. And some of them have joined the Moscow police force or joined the Russian army or militias connected to the Russian military. And I hope the Ukrainian Prime Minister has fled, because at the same time I do want him to stay and fight out and be one of those heroes to win the war. But if Kiev was to fall, I wouldn't want Russia to get their hands on him. But hopefully Ukraine will never fall. If anything, hopefully one day Moscow will fall. Or Putin just collapses and that's it. Right, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Bye.